Signs of change. Jason knelt and examined the winter grass on the baseball field. Yes, there it was, a small strand of green mixed with yellow and brown blades. He reached out and lightly touched it. Finally, the first signs that spring had arrived. He gazed out at the field, his eyes gravitating to the spot where his team's season had ended last year. It was his spot, second base. Jason could almost hear the slap of leather from baseballs popping into gloves as he remembered warming up with his teammates for the big playoff game. The stands behind him had been a sea of parents, teachers, and fellow students. They were there to watch the North Glen Knights take on the West Hills Hornets. Their winner would play for the city's Junior League championship. The buzz of the crowd and the chatter of the players filled the air, putting a bounce in everyone's step. Jason felt wonderful, joking with his teammates, waving at people in the crowd. He was even bantering lightheartedly with the other team, keeping up small talk. As usual, he was generally clowning around, going through the warm-up drills at half speed, showing off by making catches behind his back and flipping balls to his teammates. "Knock it off, Jason," Coach Fowler warned. As usual, Jason paid little attention. He was the Knights' best player and knew Coach wouldn't put him on the bench in a playoff game. Besides, it had been that way all season. Jason didn't really do anything wrong, he just didn't try as hard as the other players. He didn't need to try because he had what the coach called natural talent. He was shocked when Coach Fowler announced the starting lineup and left Jason sitting on the bench. "Never fear," he told himself. "Coach is just trying to teach me a lesson." Jason was confident he would get into the game soon. As the game progressed, though, Jason began to worry. Maybe Coach Fowler had finally had enough. As the Knights came to bat for the last time, Coach Fowler called Jason. "Grab a bat," he instructed. "You go in for Reuben," he added, nodding toward Jason's teammate. "He's not feeling well right now." "Don't worry, Coach," Jason said. "I'll get a hit." "Jason," Coach Fowler warned, "keep your focus. The team is counting on you." When it came his turn to bat, Jason forgot Coach's words. He strutted up to the plate, grinned, and gave a thumbs-up sign to the cheering crowd. Despite his antics, Jason hit a ball that allowed two of his teammates to score, putting the Knights in the lead. "I don't even need to play the whole game to help us win," Jason thought, as the team took the field. 3 more outs and the Knights would go to the championship. The first 2 outs came easily. The Knights pitcher struck out the first batter, the second batter hit a high pitch, and the catcher caught it for the second out. The third batter hit one to left field and made it to first base. Then came the play that had seared Jason's memory like a red-hot coal. He had been looking into the crowd for his friends when, thwack, the fourth batter connected. As Jason looked back, he saw the ball coming at him fast. "No problem," he whispered. He put out his glove, already dreaming about the championship. Then, to his surprise, the ball sailed over his glove into the outfield, rolled all the way to the fence. The outfielder chased it down and threw it to the catcher, but it was too late. Both Hornet players had scored and the Knights' season was over. Jason had felt terrible. He knew he had not concentrated, and he had let his team down. He had promised himself that the next season would be different. Besides apologizing to his coach and teammates, he had worked hard to improve his skills. In addition to helping Coach Fowler clean and check the equipment, he had volunteered to work in the park, tending the field, and cleaning and painting the bleachers. Never before had he considered all the people who worked hard and gave their time so that he and his friends could play on a first-rate field. Jason finally began to understand what it meant to be part of a team. He helped raise money for uniforms and equipment by working at car washes and bake sales, activities he had always avoided in the past. All the while, he counted the days on the calendar, staring out at the winter grass on the field. Now at last a few blades were pushing their way through the hard, cold ground. Jason felt his spirits soar. He couldn't wait for the new season to begin. He was so focused on the grass, he hadn't noticed Coach Fowler walk up behind him. "Won't be long now," Coach Fowler said. Jason looked up. "It sure was a long winter," he said, looking back at the field. "Yes, it was," Coach Fowler said, "but I'm seeing signs of change." When Jason looked up again, though, Coach Fowler wasn't looking at the new spring grass. He was looking at Jason.